Top 10 Most Terrifying Places in the Universe. We live in a large, beautiful globe, but it also has a fair share of scary and strange places. Places just waiting to be discovered by the next morbidly minded visitor. These are some of the scariest places on the planet, from hell-themed amusement parks to snake-infested islands. Have you begun packing your belongings? Today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest places on Earth. For this list, we're looking at the most unsettling places on the planet. These areas can be scary due to their creepy lore and history, their inherent danger, or their unique physical appearance. But before we go on with our video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for new and spicy videos. Now, let's get going. Number 10. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. The North Yungas Road, which connects La Paz with 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞, Bolivia, is a perilous journey. It winds perilously through the Amazon jungle at a height of almost 15,000 feet. It's easy to understand why this 50-mile stretch of roadway has gained the moniker the Death Road. Given the terrifying height, 12-foot wide single lane, absence of guardrails, and restricted visibility due to rain and fog. While the North Yungas Road used to witness 200 to 300 deaths each year, it is now more of a destination for daring mountain bikers than a traffic route. Number 9. Nogoro, Japan. Nogoro is a tiny Japanese hamlet with one unique feature, a population of life-size dolls that outnumbers the human population by roughly 10 to 1. Tsukimi Ayano, a resident of the neighborhood, began crafting doll copies of her neighbors after they died or moved away. Fishermen lounging on the riverfront, students occupying entire classrooms, elderly couples resting on benches outside of buildings. The uncanny doppelgangers can be observed in various locations around the town. Nogoro presently has about 350 dolls and 27 breathing persons. The youngest is almost 50 years old, making it a strange and scary place. Number 8. Island of the Dolls, 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞, Mexico. 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞 is most known for its Isla de Muñecas, or Island of the Dolls. Despite its history and designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the tiny island hidden among the borough's many canals is known for hundreds of dolls and doll parts hanging from trees and spread over the grass. The Chinampa, similar to an artificial island, used to be the genuine house of a now-deceased guy called Julian Santabarrera, despite the fact that it appears more like a horror movie set than anything else. Barrera gathered and exhibited the toys after discovering a deceased girl's body in a nearby canal in the hopes of warding off evil spirits. Daring individuals might rent their own boat, persuade the driver to pay it a visit, and see it from the sea. Number 7. Taylor Glacier, Antarctica. The 5-story red cascade of Taylor Glacier, sometimes known as Blood Falls, may appear to be a geological murder scene, yet it is a perfectly natural beauty. The phenomena date back approximately 5 million years, when a microbe-rich lake underneath the glacier was shut off. Because it was cut off from light and oxygen, the water got increasingly concentrated in terms of salt and iron. The salinity of the water, about 3 times that of the ocean, protects it from freezing, while the iron gives it its color. It then oozes out of a fracture in the glacier, allowing us to view the gruesome spectacle. Number 6. beelitz-heilstätten Hospital, Germany. If this historic German hospital appears unsettling, it is. The beelitz-heilstätten complex, 50 minutes south of Berlin, functioned as a TB sanatorium from 1898 to 1930. During World War I, it also held mustard gas and machine gun casualties, including a young soldier called Adolf Hitler, who was injured in the leg. The hospital later served as a major treatment facility for Nazi soldiers during World War II, and from 1945 until the collapse of the Berlin Wall, it served as a Soviet military hospital. Although the bulk of the facility remains abandoned, a few hospital units are operated as a neurological rehabilitation center today. The surgical and mental wards both have been left to degrade and given way to nature and vandals, and the situation looks almost like an episode of American Horror Story. Certainly not a fun day excursion for the terribly frightened. Number 5. Christ of the Abyss, San Frutoso, Italy. The original form of the same Jesus monument may be found in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of San Frutoso. There are numerous versions of the same Jesus statue spread across the ocean floor, including Key Largo. Italian diver Duilio Marcanti commissioned the 8-foot-tall image in 1954. Mercante wanted to build a monument at the area where his buddy, Dario Gonzatti, died while scuba diving a few years ago. Christ of the Abyss was born as a result. With the deity's outstretched arms and skyward look, the outcome is terribly creepy. Although the monument was taken from its aquatic habitat in 2003 for some much-needed maintenance, the algae and rust just contributed to the image, including replacing a hand that a rogue anchor had broken off. Whether you find the statue creepy or beautiful, or both, it's definitely worth diving down 55 feet to take an underwater selfie with Jesus. Number 4. Capuchin Catacombs, Palermo, Italy. None of the world's catacombs from Salzburg to Paris are as eerie as Sicily's Catacombe dei Cappuccini, Capuchin Catacombs. When the cemetery at the Capuchin Convent got overcrowded in the late 16th century, the horrific space was reconstructed. Religious men were supposed to be the only ones allowed to live there, but as news got out about the natural mummification process taking place there, it became a status symbol for locals to have a final resting place there, in their best clothing, of course. As a result, the underground graves currently house about 8,000 remains, split into distinct passageways for religious dignitaries, professional men, children, and even virgins. The bodies are dressed to the nines and arranged in grotesquely lifelike positions, as if they were on exhibition at a museum. Sounds like a good time! Number 3. Hanging Coffins, Sagada, Philippines. In Sagada, you'll have to gaze up instead of 6 feet under if you want to see the dead. People in this area are known for burying their deceased in coffins affixed to the side of cliffs, similar to an aerial cross-section of a typical cemetery. The custom dates back thousands of years. Construct your own coffin, die, and be buried among your forefathers. Many of the cliffside coffins are hundreds of years old, and each one is unique, since they are all handcrafted by the individual, who now lives within. Number 2. Veijo Ronkonin Sculpture Garden, Parikkala, Finland. During his lifetime, Veijo Ronkonin was one of Finland's most well-known modern folk painters, but he was also a hermit who refused to exhibit his work in public settings. Instead, he created his own personal sculpture garden in his backyard by assembling almost 500 concrete figurines. A collection of about 200 sculptures placed in a variety of yoga positions is the largest exhibit on the grounds. While the sculptures, all allegedly self-portraits, are unnerving, they aren't the most ominous elements in the garden. A nun hiding behind bushes to a hooded guy with long outstretched arms are among the eerie individual statues in Ronkonin's collection. These figurines' evil grins, complete with actual human teeth and dark sunken eyes, are just what the doctor ordered if you want to never sleep soundly again. Number 1. 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿 Ossuary, Kutna Hora, Czech Republic. The amazing 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿 Ossuary is a tiny chapel beneath the cemetery church of All Saints that is recognized for its morbid decor all over the world. When an abbot of the 𝐦𝐿𝐬 monastery returned from Jerusalem with holy dirt and spread it throughout the church's cemetery in the early 1300s, everyone wanted to be buried on that precious land. However, due to overcrowding, the old bodies had to be dug up to make place for the new ones. The abbots decided to put the unearthed bones to good use in the classic waste not, want not manner. František Rent, a local Czech woodcarver, was tasked with organizing the collection of more than 40,000 human remains in an aesthetically appealing manner, and he definitely succeeded. 4 candelabras, a family crest, and many streamers of bones cascading down from the ceiling are among the skeletal constructions. The church's enormous chandelier, which comprises nearly every bone found in the human body, is undoubtedly the most striking sight, plus some creepy cherubs for good measure. If there's a place out there with fearsome features you can't explain, please tell us about it in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. We'll see you guys in our next video. Take care, stay safe.